So Josh and I were out running errands this weekend and I started to see garage sale signs everywhere, and I took that as my sign to check them out. I cannot wait to share. I've been sitting on this haul for a while. I don't know if any of you guys do this, but when I thrift and find just a couple of things, I've got a pile in my office where I collect them until my pile is big enough, because hanging up just one thing in the house is not that fun. But if you get to have like a full night redecorating your house with all of your thrifted treasures, now that's a party. I feel like this last little bit I've been doing a really great job at making sure that every item that I bring home really adds value to our life and our home. And it's been really fun to see the fruits of that effort, and our home is coming together so beautifully, and I could not be happier with the aesthetic that we've created. Like I said, I'm a pretty avid thrifter, so this is things that I've collected over the last few weeks, but I wanted to start with my garage sale finds because I did actually hit the garage sale jackpot this weekend, and I'm psyched. The first piece is this little floral wall hanging. I got this for a whopping $4, and I'm very excited to hang it up. I'm big into gallery walls, so I tend to collect a lot of wall art before I hang anything up. Pro tip on gallery walls: before you hang anything ever, lay it out on the floor and get the layout that you're going for and take a picture of it, and then when you go to hang things up, you'll remember exactly where you wanted each piece. So while I do usually find a ton of the grandma floral wall art at the thrift store, I've found a surprisingly minimal amount of Western wall art, which I find really strange living in Idaho. I thought that would be something really easy to come by, but it has been quite the challenge. I found the absolute, excuse the metallic sheen on this, it's gonna be so hard to show you guys, the coolest cowboy print ever. I love the shininess of it. I think the natural light will hit this so fun. And it's just giving all the yeehaw out west cowgirl vibes that I could have ever asked for in a wall hanging. This one was from another garage sale for $3, really breaking the bank. I feel like wall art at the actual thrift store has been in the like $7 to $15 range lately, so I was pretty happy with those prices. And then last but certainly not least of my garage sale wall art finds is this gem. Like, are you kidding me? This is so stunning. Handmade quilted wall hanging in these beautiful rust tones. These are some of my favorite pops of color to incorporate in the house. They remind me of like that Sedona red dirt, immaculate cowboy vibes, and they just make everything feel so cozy. So I'm so excited about this. This is probably one of my favorite things that I found this weekend, and I got this for $1. So that felt a little bit like robbery. I've also been on the hunt for empty photo frames. I really like to bring in a balance of photos of us and memories, and then unique and interesting prints, wall hangings, things like that into my gallery walls. I feel like too much of either can just feel a little bit unbalanced. So I've also been collecting some frames. Josh and I had a photographer come to the house about a month ago now to commemorate buying our first home together, and I am so happy that we did. The photos turned out so stunning. I will put a link to Book with Sarah if you are in Idaho down below. She was absolutely incredible to work with, and I am so excited to cherish these memories and hang them up on the wall. Like I said, I get a range of frame sizes. This one was 25 cents. I tend to kind of stick to either gold or wooden frames. So I got some 4x6s, 5x7s, 8x10s, and one 11x14 wood frame that I've been collecting over the last month or so. But there's always a solution to turning a frame that's maybe not the frame of your dreams into the frame of your dreams, like I did with this one. This frame was actually black and silver when I bought it, and now it's this beautiful gold. It's so ornate. It was just begging to be this color. My sister and a couple of my favorite YouTubers swear up and down by Rub and Buff, so I finally had to give it a try. It's gonna be a 10 out of 10 for me on the Rub and Buff. It was like $9 on Amazon, and I was able to do 2 or 3 different projects with it, and it totally brought this black and silver frame back to life, and I'm so stoked with how this turned out. The other rub and buff project that I did recently is this mirror. It was a wooden frame mirror, but the wood had a bit of a green tone with it, and it just didn't really go with the wood tones that I've used throughout the house, which are a little bit warmer. So I just put a coat of rub and buff on there, and I'm so excited. I got this mirror for $17.99. Mirrors especially, I feel like, are very expensive, and I spent a couple of months looking for the right one. We wanted to make sure it was a wall mounted because our dogs do get a little bit rowdy, so I want it to be hung and out of the way so that they don't break it. And this one just feels like the perfect size to go above our entryway table. If you guys haven't watched my last thrift haul when I hung up this gallery wall, I'll put a link to that video up here. You definitely should. I feel like I really found my stride with gallery walls here, and I'm excited to try out another one. But to finish off the two ends of that gallery wall, I found these gorgeous mirrored taper candle holders at the thrift store, and mama scored again. I got another set. Finding a set of two of these is harder than you would think. I feel like I always find like one-offs, but I was so excited about these. These were $3.59 each, and they're this beautiful dark wood with gold accents. I feel like these are just like the perfect end caps for an iconic gallery wall moment. I'm thinking these ones will probably go in the office. I'm going for kind of like a studious, you could sip a whiskey on the rocks in this office kind of vibe. So I thought these would be absolutely perfect. If you're like me and you're entirely forgetful and lighting candles, especially taper candles on your wall, seems like a dangerous idea, I found these on Amazon. They were a 4-pack for like $10, I want to say. I'll put the link in the description if y'all are interested. But they're battery powered taper candles. The batteries just go here in the bottom, and then they come with a remote control to turn them on. They have a setting that even makes them flicker like a regular candle, and once they're like mounted on the wall and from a distance, like you truly cannot tell the difference, and I absolutely love them. We've got 2 of them in the living room, and I'm excited to finally have a use for the other 2 that came in the pack. Moving on from wall decor, I also found 2 gorgeous pieces of furniture. I wish you guys could have seen me trying to fit these pieces of furniture in the van in a parking lot by myself, but your girl got it done and the pieces made it home safely, even though I 100% looked like a fool and got some funny looks in the parking lot. My neighbor asked if she could throw this in the construction dumpster that we have from the roofing project, so I decided to keep it. My rule for anything coming into the house furniture-wise was not to spend more than $80 on any one piece of furniture while we bring to life our home. And so far I have stuck to that, except for the couch was like $1 or $2 over my budget. But both of these furniture pieces came in way under the mark at $40 and $60, and they just really completed the living room.
Yeah, man, it really tied the room together.
And it's just feeling like such a completed and full space now, which is so nice. I feel like it was very unbalanced before. Half of the living room felt very complete, and the other half just felt really empty. The clock's an old thrift find, and this I thrifted for $1. It's just a little placemat. The top of this table has some scuffs. I got it for like $13.75 at the thrift store a while back. And then recently grabbed this really funky lamp. Next we'll move on to like the knickknack category. Honestly, some of my favorite things to bring home from the thrift store, because there's just an unlimited amount of things that you can turn a random shelf item into. I love to fill out floating shelves, things like that, break up all the frames on the wall with like little knickknacks and treasures that I find. So Josh actually found this one, a Thrifting King. This one was 99 cents. Just this cute little wooden dish. We're planning on using this as like a key bowl on our entryway table. We are the king and queen of misplaced keys, so I felt like having a home for them would just be a good bet. And then finds like this one honestly are the reason that I go thrifting. These are just such beautiful antique pieces that you just don't find every day, and I'm so excited to have them in our home. I found a set. I don't know what these are called, but they are so stunning. These little scissor things, I believe, are to trim the wick on a candle. This one actually has wax on it from the previous owner. And then this little thingy to put out the flame. Again, you probably sound a lot more dignified if you know what the thingies you bring home from the thrift store are called. But these are stunning, and I can't wait to set them out next to one of my beautiful candles. And last but not least, before we get to the fun stuff, hanging things on the wall, I did actually snag a few clothing items. If you are a big garage saler, you'll know it's kind of more of an early morning activity on Saturdays. I feel like some of them start like too early. Like, I'm not trying to be out doing things at 8 a.m. on a Saturday, but that's just a personal preference. So we didn't get to the garage sale until about 1 o'clock, which is very late in garage sale lingo. I was actually really worried that a lot of the good items would be gone already, but we decided to check it out anyway, and I'm so glad we did, because after about 5 minutes of being there, they announced that everything was half off because they were trying to get rid of whatever they had left. So of course, then I was like, okay, now we're really looking. So I spent a little bit more time in there than I was originally expecting, but when they tell you everything's half off, you gotta find something. Following the half off offer, they also mentioned that clothing was anything you could fit into a bag for $2. So my bag was stuffed to the brim, obviously, and I found some really, really cool pieces. I've got a little bit of a collection of vests going at this point, especially like handmade, like rodeo style vests. I'm just like really into. I've collected some really, really fun ones over the years, and this one's now part of the family. It's just this beautiful tan suede vest. I really liked the way that this one fit me. It's nice and fitted through the middle and really brings out the shape of my body. And I think these are just so fun to wear in the summer with some bootcut jeans, cowgirl boots, and a hat. And she is a full rodeo moment. If you haven't picked it up by now, I'm fully in my yeehaw era at the moment, and I also work for a country western store, so a lot of this stuff just also kind of works out well for the office. But I also found this really cute denim jacket. I have a few denim jackets, and I feel like they all work for different purposes. I have one that's kind of like your oversized classic light wash, and then I have one that's a little bit more fitted and longer and a darker denim that's like my dress denim jacket. And this one felt like a good in-between. It's still pretty fitted to my form, but I thought it was fun. It actually has a zipper on the front, and it's a little bit stretchy, so it's like super comfy to wear and doesn't really feel like constricting like some denim can, and I'm really stoked on that. And I also got this really fun corduroy jacket. It's like a navy color. It almost fits kind of like an oversized flannel shape, but it also has a zipper instead of like buttons up the front, and I just hadn't really seen anything like it before, so I grabbed that. And then I've got one more thing to show you guys, and she is the gem of the weekend. I still can't believe that I scored these for $1. Yes, you heard that right, $1. I've thrifted a lot of Western footwear in my day, but never for that cheap. These are like so iconic, and they're in such good condition. I am so excited about these. The other 2 pairs of cowboy boots I have are also thrifted. The square-toed like dress boots ran about $60, and then I have some red cowgirl boots that were about $15. So the fact that I scored these for $1 truly felt surreal and a little bit criminal, but I cannot wait to take them out for a spin. Okay, that is everything I have in my little pile between the 2 pieces of furniture, all the wall art, the mirror, and the knickknacks. This should be a pretty fun evening. You and I are gonna get to decorating.
You should turn on that song.
What song?
It's
this one, like, or do you think it should be? I feel like it shouldn't be above the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that looks good. Bear. You didn't even hammer to the beat. Who are you? Should we try a different city's rodeo this year? They have them like all over.
Yeah, we can try different ones.
Oh my god.
Are you just like picking random like?
I have a whole stack of frames in here. I cannot with you right now. Wait.
I like that.
Yeah, that's really nice. Like high or low?
Low, so it's in between the thermostat. Because the thermostat,
It's a piece of
you're
art.
trying to ignore it. It's there. It has to be a part of the wall art.
You gotta balance out the
You gotta balance out
thermostat.
the thermostat.